It's always another day in paradise here on Ole Skeeter. Take a look at what Ryan and I accomplished this week. Thanks for watching. We're Ryan and Courtney, and together we bought a 40-year-old sailboat. We're starting with no previous sailing experience, but it's time for a new adventure. Follow along with us as we cruise through the Caribbean in our sailboat Ole Skeeter. It's still early in the morning. We got an early start and just took Jaeger to land. Now we are making some breakfast. And then our plans for the day, I need to clean up this boat because it's a mess. And Ryan's gonna do some back and forth trips, taking the water jugs and the gas cans.
Yeah, not really looking forward to it.
By far, one of the most important things in the morning to me is coffee. I will not start my day without coffee.
And I'm actually having a cup today.
Yeah, Ryan rarely drinks it, but today he's gonna steal a cup. Usually I get two. This morning I'll only get one, but that's fine. We use a French press, so that way it doesn't use any electricity, so here we go. I definitely don't use any high-end coffee. This is just the cheapest stuff we could get in bulk, so we bought quite a few tins of this, so I'm all stocked up, because like I said, I can't go without it, so I just put a few spoonfuls of this stuff in there.
Thought we're just walking.
Yeah. We set the lid on top. And now this is the hardest part. We wait 5 minutes. Okay. Don't worry, I'm gonna leave room for you.
That's good. That's good. That's good. No, that's good. Almost too much. Same amount as you. Will you give mine a good stir?
No, only mine.
Oh man, better drink quick. Now comes the not so fun chores of refilling our water tanks and our gas cans. The area that we go and get water is a really narrow spot, and I just don't feel comfortable taking my 36-foot boat through there and trying to turn it around. So we have to do it the hard way and do about 4 or 5 trips with jerry cans. So it's not too bad, but definitely not looking forward to it. So here's the water.
This process can take a while because we have two 44-gallon water tanks, so we have 88 gallons total.
So that one worked.
I'm actually surprised that we still have water. We haven't refilled since we've been in, what was that, Gordon's Pass, I think near Naples.
Yeah.
What I mean, this water, 88 gallons, this isn't a super long time, but lasted us, what, a month maybe?
About a month, and we weren't even empty yet. Unfortunately, we do not have a water gauge, so we actually don't know what our water levels are. So, but we know we can make it a month, so that's, you know, playing it safe. You can make it a month and then just plan on refilling and So I am in the middle of refilling the water tanks, got the gas all filled up, Had a fun journey back. It was quite hard with all that weight to plane out with our 15 horse, but we actually ended up planing out.
After a busy day, it was time to make some dinner.
What we are making today is dinner. We call it wok, but it's kind of a homemade stir-fry kind of invention. Not that fancy, but it's delicious. And we serve it atop rice. And it's pretty simple, really. So cut up your chicken into bite-sized pieces. And then after you've done that, you're gonna season your chicken the way you want.
We like to use garlic powder, onion powder, thyme, salt, pepper,
rosemary,
squeeze some soy sauce.
We like to use, for 2 people anyway, a fresh orange, yellow, and red bell pepper. Just cut the seeds out, cut up the bell pepper into bite-sized pieces, and do the same with 1 whole entire onion. And then you just cook it up till it's no longer, well, soupy in my opinion. We cook at about a medium to medium high, and it does take about, continually stirring, about maybe half hour, sometimes 40 minutes, kind of just depends, but really the goal is to just make sure that the chicken is fully cooked.
Ryan made an amazing dinner, and afterward, it was time to take care of Jaeger. Time to walk Jaeger for the evening. Every time we come to land, I try to take him on some pretty good walks, at least like 10 minutes. We always dinghy up to the same spot, and I just usually walk him right down this little alley. Come on, Jaeger. Come on, big boy. Go potty. I feel bad keeping him cooped up on the boat all day, so I feel like these little walks are pretty important for him. We just wanted to go over how today went. We had a pretty awesome day, even though it kind of had its ups and downs. The main thing that happened today was we were able to get our water refilled, and we also topped off all of our gas cans, which was awesome. However, when we refilled our water,
yeah, we noticed that suddenly the floor, we were taking on a lot of water. Ended up chasing down the leak. We misdiagnosed it first. We thought it was a crack in our water tank, which was horrendous. After further diagnosing and further investigation, I would say, we found out that when we fill our water, obviously we fill it from the outside, that tube that goes down and connects to the water tank had a bad seal, and so once our water tanks reached full, we would never know it, but the seal was just spewing out water. Ended up being a very easy fix, a very fortunate fix. We got everything dried up.
We've already not spent a lot of money, but definitely spent enough money fixing up this boat, so
we've spent about twice the amount we purchased the boat for, so that's kind of gut-wrenching, but at the same time,
it's worth it. Yeah,
I would be scared to go on any other boat. I just don't know what would be wrong with it, and I know what was wrong with the boat. I know how to fix it. I know what I did to fix it. I have trust.
Even though we've only had this boat for a short time, I mean, the repairs that Ryan's done and, you know, Ryan and I have done together, I mean, we're comfortable with it, even though we haven't been here that long, so I wouldn't trade it for any other boat here.
So we ended up getting our water tanks filled. Yeah, we've got 2 44-gallon tanks, so 88 gallons total, and then we also have an emergency backup of 21 gallons in jerry cans, 3 jerry cans. So if we ever did run out, we'd have another 21 gallons. So we really have about 109 gallons of water on board. We really conserve it a lot, so I was very surprised to find out that out of the 88 gallons that we could hold in the tanks, we only used in the last month maybe about 60 gallons or so.
That's incredible. That's huge for us. While Ryan was doing all of the water tanks and filling all that and taking care of that stuff today, I was working on figuring out what paperwork we're going to need in order to go to the Bahamas. It doesn't look like there's that much to it. We've just never traveled out of the US before, so I'm kind of unfamiliar with it. I know that we have to get like the cruising permit, and we filled out a couple online forms, and then there's a couple extra things we have to do for the dog, for Jaeger. So we're slowly working on taking care of that, but we still have quite a bit of time. We're not planning to head over to the Bahamas probably for another 2.5 or 3 weeks.
We will see you guys in the morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for another day of
paradise. We are just getting ready now. We're about to head out to run our errands. The camera didn't record the audio quite right, but I was trying to explain where we had to go. Although instead of doing errands, we ended up getting a little sidetracked at the aquarium.
They just keep getting bigger. Oh my.
They're like, pet me.
Yeah.
We have a couple of these bonnet heads in here. Usually we'll get a few of them interested every day to feed. Now, like I was mentioning, the bonnet head shark is the smallest within the hammerhead family. In total, there are 8 different species, 4 of which can be found off of our coast here. That'll include the bonnet head. We also get smooth, scalloped, and the great hammerhead species here locally.
Yeah, you guys got some shark tanks over there too.
Yeah, there's a big shark tank right over there. It has been quite a eventful few days. We do have a gnarly storm coming. We're actually going to meet up with a friend, and he's a much more experienced sailor than we are. So he's gonna actually help us move our boat, help us pick out a good anchorage, a good spot to anchor. We're going into the harbor.
We're getting ready to leave the boatyard now. We've got our friends. They're gonna help us scout out a new place. Okay. Ready?
Marker right here. If we go behind the sailboat and then come up around the sailboat, and you don't think I'll be in any worry of snagging against their anchor lines there?
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's something you gotta think about. But you're dropping 100 feet ahead of them. You gotta be right where they're at, probably. Actually, yeah, you're true.
You think
I'd rather go behind them than
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to go between him and that next boat. But I don't know if that's enough.
Well, right there, right behind him.
Right.
Like drop my anchor right on his stern. You know what I'm talking about? And then we can drift backward. Man, that guy's pulling his anchor. It'd be a perfect time to steal the spot.
After a long search, we think we found the perfect place to anchor. Check next week to see where we end up in the harbor. Thanks for watching.